You itching to be a rootin', tootin', six-shooter, shootin', calamitous force of nature? Woo! Looking for a build that one-taps most NPCs or cracks helms in a single hit? Well, look no further, cause this right here is a build that Annie Oakley herself would be goddamn proud of. The Skull Splitter. Perfect for PvE, heroics, legendaries, and raids. So just a warning and an overview. This build relies on your ability to consistently land headshots. So if this is an issue, no judgments, but this build may not be for you. All the pieces of this build synergize with each other, so if something doesn't make sense at first, just wait for it. It'll all make sense by the end. There isn't a lot of flexibility save for one or two pieces, but the versatility in combat speaks for itself as you will be a force of nature both up close and down range. What you're gonna need are the Virginian, the Orbit, the Punch Drunk, a Providence backpack with Composure or Companion, the Chainkiller, a Providence or chest-fit glove, the Dodge City holster, and, you guessed it, the Fox's Prayer. The two core weapons you absolutely need are the Virginian for perfect boomerang and the Orbit for perfect finisher. The benefits of each perfect version are noticeable from the get, though if you'd prefer to use a 686 Magnum or a Disros with a 10% headshot damage mod, regular finisher is still a godsend. I know some of y'all will be tempted to use the Liberty, but don't. It does not play well with this build due to its fire pattern. Plus, its talent is better suited for a shield build. You will actively lose out on the benefits a more offensive talent grants you. In summation, this is a Wild West cowboy build, you gots to have the 6-shooter. For gear pieces, the only two stats you need are crit chance and headshot damage. Why crit chance? Because you're going to want to proc perfect boomerang as often as you can. This is why rolling mag size onto the Virginian makes sense. The damage difference between damage to target out of cover versus a procced perfect boomerang is negligible, and sustained DPS will save your hide in a pinch. That one extra bullet gives you one extra chance at a refunded bullet. There will be times you can fire off 10 rounds or more in one go. On a lucky day, I've gone as high as 14 rounds, and I'm sure someone out there has gotten even more. So on to the gear. First things first, the Punch Drunk mask and the Chainkiller chest. I know mine has crit damage on it, but it's the best one I have, so I'm stuck with it until I find a better one. Skip the Coyote mask, because the extra 20% headshot damage on the Punch Drunk will help put you into the perfect Headhunter's second tier. 1,250% bonus damage is massive when using a high-powered rifle like the Virginian with perfect boomerang procced. The pistol damage bonus from the Punch Drunk synergizes with the Dodge City holster as well. A fully charged shot will one-tap a heroic elite. Pair it with a charged Headhunter and you'll be able to crack the helm of a machine gunner or heavy in one single tap. I can currently deal up to 36 million damage with a single pistol hit. This makes it a great backup in a pinch, or a perfect way to take down a heavy in as little as 3 hits. The 2 Providence pieces, or 1 Providence and 1 Cheska, fill out the headshot and crit chance bonuses, so it's important that you find them and roll them accordingly. For talents, Composure is my go-to, but Companion on your backpack would work just as well if you plan on using the decoy or either of the drone variants. So I don't like using Vigilance. Some offensive talents have a condition you must meet in order for it to work, so it's always good to take those conditions into consideration, as becoming inert for any amount of time can mean the difference between a one-tap and a wipe. In legendaries or the raid, you will be taking fire from all sides. Even with a shield, you can still be grazed, and you'll be dealing with bomb drones. If you're playing aggressively, as you should for the legendaries, you will be losing that proc often. Plus, overdamage should not be something you spec into at the cost of survivability and reliability. In a nutshell, that extra 10% of damage isn't going to make a difference in the worst case scenario. You'll be able to kill an NPC in the same amount of body shots as you would if Vigilance is active. So you may as well just use a talent that is more reliably active and makes it easier for you to focus on combat. This same consideration can be said of concussion. If you are regularly getting 70% or higher in your accuracy score, then maybe that talent can work for you. But a missed shot or a failed one-tap will render you inert until you can proc it again. Not to mention you only have a 10-second window with a headshot kill, the same damage bonus you would have for a considerably longer amount of time with Composure or Companion. So you already know what's on the knees, it's a dedicated rifle build, and the Fox's Prayer still delivers. Yeah, you could use another set of knee pads with headshot damage, but remember, diversity is key, and having that extra boost in case you don't land a crit hit or a headshot will go a long way, and the attribute is always active, as opposed to a talent that requires a condition to be met. Now onto skills and your secondary weapon. I don't like using shields as it decreases your mobility, and honestly, that playstyle bores me now. If you want to face tank, go right on ahead, use a Crusader shield and a repair drone. But if you want to have some fun or challenge yourself with a different style of play, skip the shield and use what I like to call dummies or rodeo clowns. On an all-red build, the drone, decoy, and turret skills serve mostly as a distraction so that you can lay down unrestricted fire. Some variants pair well with specific setups, such as the Mantis and the decoy, or if you're looking for the thrill of CQC combat, the companion backpack with the repair drone. The Mantis is great for open areas with limited cover, or for safer long-range engagements. After you get your first headshot kill, you'll be back to one-tapping NPCs. Just remember to always have your decoy up. For close combat, the Sweet Dreams is your best friend, and you can cancel out the swap animation with a dodge roll. People seem to forget that your hitbox considerably shrinks when you roll, and you can essentially evade direct enemy fire if you time your rolls to their firing cycles. Yes, this is a thing. Just watch any of the previous videos on this channel. So once again, for index purposes, Punch Drunk, Chainkiller, Dodge City Holster, Providence Backpack with Composure or Companion, Providence or Cheska Gloves, the Fox's Prayer, the Virginian, and the Orbit. That's the build. Hope you guys liked it and have a clearer picture of not just what pieces to get, but how to play them.